When you're involved in any type of food production or preparation, there's going to be special rules regarding personal jewellery you have. It may be your employer asks you to remove it all completely, or may allow certain types of jewellery and not other types of jewellery. What we're going to do now is have a look at why this is. Now, if you've got something like a watch on, or a standard ring, then they can pose a risk in food production. Because underneath the ring, when you're wearing rings, yes, you'd wash your hands, but you wouldn't necessarily sanitize right underneath the ring correctly. So this can pose extra problems that you might clean your hands, yet you then get contaminated from dirt that's under your ring into your hand, and therefore it could pass on to the food. Things like watches, the same thing. You can wash your watch, you wash your hands, but again, dirt can get caught underneath it and also within the main strap. So there's a potential risk there. Now, if you've got just a plain band ring, it's not likely to come off. But if it's a ring with stones in, it may be that one of the stones from something like an engagement ring could fall off during food production and can then enter the food, and then its next thing is going to be directly with the person eating that food. Also, with sharper rings, you can have the problem that if you had a sharp ring on your hand and you have to wear gloves in food preparation, the ring itself could cut through the glove. Therefore, again, you've got the food potential risk of contamination. So one of the big problems with jewellery is bacterial buildup. So if you've got, for example, a watch, you've got dead skin, you can get quite a large increase in bacteria there. Also, if you've got piercings, earrings, very easy can you get bacteria from inside the ear or the nose, can then be passed through onto the jewellery itself, and then potentially it can form a risk to the food. Or indirectly, you're transferring it across. So you may well touch your jewellery and then you touch the food. So you're transferring that bacteria from the earring into the food. Also, other things that contaminate food that you may have could be things like things in your hair bands, or in your hair jewellery that you may well have. And what you need to do with those is ensure that your hair is tied back, and also using of hair nets to actually keep everything within the hair net itself. This also stops loose hair getting into food, and it ensures that the food can be kept as clean as possible. If you have watches, rings, or necklaces, things like this, they all pose a risk of direct contamination of the food of the product itself, or it could be the fact that you can't clean them. So it's important when you are washing your hands to remove watches and rings and clean your hands thoroughly, and also follow all the workplace rules and regulations within your business to make sure that you follow them to avoid any risk that could be posed by jewellery getting into foodstuffs.